Welcome everyone. Once again, we are going to have our synchronous class for pre-final. So we are going to talk about methods and structures. So what are methods? A group of statements that accomplishes a specific task. Gumagawa siya ng task. It has to do something. So sa method, meron tayong tinatawag na syntax. Okay? So, ang syntax ng method is this one. So, first part of its syntax is the access modifier. Pag sinabi nating access modifier, it can be private or public. So, this defines or determines the access level. Okay? Hanggang saan ba yung accessibility niya? Ma-access ba siya within the class, outside the class, or inside the class lang po? Okay? Or visibility niya sa other classes. Okay? So, pag sinabi nating private, most commonly ginagamit siya sa mga encapsulation na concept. Okay, so private modifier can only be called in the class. Okay, sa loob lang po siya ng class kung saan siya na-declare. Okay, kapag public naman, it can be access. Okay, so accessible siya sa lahat ng classes. Okay, so that is access modifier. The second part of its syntax is the return type. So we have two types of return type. So data type for value returning method. So any data type in siya, it can be int, double, boolean, string, char, or whatsoever. Okay, so again, return type is a data type or it can be a void method. Okay, so again, kapag return type siya, gumagamit tayo ng return keyword. Okay? Kapag void naman siya, it does not return any value. It's just use the void keyword. Okay, meron tayong example later on. Next, we have the method name. Method name is an identifier. Since identifier siya, kayo yung magpapangalan as programmer kung ano yung identifier ninyo para siyang variable name. Okay, except it is a method name. Identifier, which means doesn't mean na kailangan exactly the same kayo ng classmates niyo unless otherwise sinabi siya sa activity na yun yung magiging pangalan ng method. Okay? With parenthesis. Sa parenthesis natin nakalagay yung parameter list, may or may not contain a parameter list. So, pwedeng merong parameter, pwede ring wala. Next, we have the method body contains a set of statements. Ang body starts with a open brace and we have the close brace. Okay, so you can simply say we have the head and the feet, or head and the toe. So body will not function without the head and without the feet. Okay, inside that one, parang sa belly natin or sa stomach ninyo, there goes your statements. Okay, so again, open and close brace. Sa loob po niyan yung ating method body. Lahat ng mga statements na lalagay natin doon sa method. So to review, this is the syntax of a method. We start with access modifier, public or private. Second part of the method is the return type and can be any data type for value returning method that uses return keyword. Okay, or it can be a void method that does not return anything. And we have here your method name and identifier, parameter list, enclosed in a parenthesis, which is optional lang po yung parameter list. Pero required po yung open and close parenthesis. Okay? So, let's have an example. Method body pa pala. Example natin. First, we have the void method. Pag void, return type. Okay? Void return type. So first, again, we talk about the access modifier. We have your public. It can be private. Okay? We have void. Okay? Since void return type siya. And we have here your method name, print rect area, and we have open parenthesis and close parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis is our parameter list. Parameters, pwedeng wala, pwedeng isa, dalawa, or more. Okay, and we have here the open brace, okay, and closed brace. So inside of it, sa loob po ng body, doon po yung statements natin. We have here declaration statements, right line statements to print or display yung string literals natin. Ito. Okay? Next, we have the value returning method. Any data type po yung i-return niya. Okay? So we have here um, access modifier that is public. We have int, data type. Okay? Return siya. It will return an integer value. Okay? So, pwede ito siyang double, string, character, boolean, whatever. And we have here your method name, the identifier. And then we have here parameter list. So, two parameter list. The first parameter list, we have int width and we have int height. You can think of it as declaring a variable inside the method, okay? But in the open and close parentheses, that is parameter. And we have open brace, close brace. Inside of the body, we have the declaration statement and the return statement. So return keyword is required for the data type or value returning methods. Okay? I hope klaro tayo doon. Kapag void method, it does not return anything. Wala po siyang return keyword if you have observed. And kapag value returning method, any data type po siya, pwedeng int, double string, character, boolean. And inside it, our statements, especially the return statements or return keyword should exist in the value returning method. So those are two types of methods na pwede nating i-declare. Ngayon, these methods can be called or what we call invoke. Okay? We can call or invoke this method with this example. Okay? So we're going to instantiate an object of the class. So ang class natin dito is yung demo method. We have the obj, so this is your variable. Okay, identifier yan siya. No need to copy your classmate or your seatmate, your best friend. Okay, variable siya. Okay, so your variable, this is the variable or your identifier for the object. This is your object name. Okay, and then we have the new keyword and then your constructor. Constructor of the demo method class. Okay, and we have here obj. This is our object. Okay, object name of the class demo method. It simply represents your class. We have dots to access. Okay, always use dot to access the methods of the class. So we have dot print rect area para ma-access po natin yung method ng class demo method. Okay? So we have here inside the open and close parentheses, kanina we have parameter. Kapag ginagawa, okay? Kapag nag-declare ng method. Okay? Dito, ginamit natin siya. We invoke. We call. We use. Okay, ginamit na natin siya, tinawag na natin siya. So, kapag tinawag siya, ang tawag po natin doon sa loob ng parenthesis na yan, hindi na po parameters. Argument na po siya. Okay? Kung ano yung value na ilalagay mo doon, that is an argument. So, see, an argument is a value right away. Kapag parameter, declaration siya ng variable int width. That is the first parameter. Second parameter, int height. Okay, separated by comma. So, if you have observed, magkaiba po sila. Pag parameter, declaration ng variable, and we have here the argument value na po siya. Since integer yung parameter natin, integer na width and then integer height. So dito meron tayong width na 5 and then we have height na 3. Okay? So this is the void method. Okay? Void method po yung tinawag natin. And we have here the results. Okay? Gumawa lang tayo ng variable to store the output of the return value returning method. So object, we have get rectangle area and the value, yung argument natin for the get rectangle area. So remember kanina, get rectangle area is a value return type. So ito siya, hindi na po ang void method, hindi na po siya kailangan ng console.writeLine kasi meron na siyang console.writeLine sa loob mismo ng void method. Okay? Since ang ating ang value returning method, wala po siyang console.writeLine, kaya pag tinawag natin siya, nilagay natin siya sa result na variable and then i-display natin yung result dito. That is because wala siyang console.write. So, pwede siyang sa loob po ng WriteLine. So, we will give more examples about it on our face-to-face class. Okay? So, yun. Pag tinawag siya, we have the object name. We have here the object name and we have the method name, and it can be accessed using the dot symbol. Next, we have the method overloading. So, pag sinabi nating method overloading, the same method signatures. Okay, ano yung method signatures, ma'am? So, method signatures is the same siya ng declaration, the same level of access, okay, either public or private, same sila ng return type, same sila ng method name, pero different parameters. Okay? So again, same sila ng access modifier. So meron tayong public, public, public. Magkaiba ng same or magkaiba ng return type. So we have int, and double. And then we have the name of your method. Get area, get area, get area. So supposedly hindi po siya pwede. Okay? Kailan siya magiging pwede? Kailan siya allowed na pareho ng method name? Kapag magkakaiba po sila ng parameter types. Okay? Ng parameter list. So let's say for example dito, int side. So pwede tayong mag-int ulit sa get area. Pero dalawa na yung ating data type. Okay? So, dalawang parameter. So, int width and then int height. Yung is kanina, integer din siya, pero isa lang yung parameter. Yung pangalawa, na overloading natin, dalawa na yung kanyang parameter. Okay? So, pwede rin po na same sila na dalawang parameter. Let's say ito, dalawang parameter. Basta magkaiba sila ng data type. Okay? So, dito we have int. And then dito sa baba, we have double. Okay lang na magkaparehong pangalan, parehong data type, basta magkaiba ng dami ng data, ng parameter list. Okay? So that's it for the method overloading. Invoking overloaded methods. Paano natin tatawagin or gagamitin yung method overload? Ang pinagkaiba is, si compiler na po yung gagawa ng paraan, siya na yung maghahanap kung ano yung gagamitin niyang method. Okay? Depende po sa arguments na nilagay ninyo. Okay? So again, si compiler na po yung bahala. So si CLR, Common Language Runtime, compiler will select the appropriate method depende sa inyong argument. Okay, so let's say for example, meron tayong isang argument lang. Since isa lang yung argument natin, that is integer, ang gagamitin niya na method, ito yung pinakauna. Okay, ito yung gagamitin ng compiler. Ngayon, on the second one, meron tayong dalawang argument and it is integer. Since integer yung argument, ang gagamitin niya na method is this one. Kasi ang parameter niya is dalawang integer. Okay? Hindi naman pwede na tatawagin niya ito. Next, we have here the doubles. Okay? Dalawa yung kanyang argument pero double. So yung tatawagin niya is the last part. Tatawagin ng ating compiler. Yun yung gagamitin. Kasi double yung parameter. Okay? Nag-guess nyo, what if wala ito? Wala tayong nag-declare ng get area with integer. Meaning, this one will not work. Okay? Unless otherwise, pwede na naka-double tayo dito tapos naglagay ka ng integer dito. Possible. Okay? So yun, we have invoking the method overload. Don't worry about it. Kung anong gagamitin na method. Same lang naman kasi sila ng method name. Ang magpipili ng kung anong method is the work of the CLR, Common Language Runtime Compiler. Okay? So I hope na gets natin yung idea behind overloading methods. Again, method overloading is simply same name siya ng mga methods declared at the same class, pero magkakaiba ng parameter. Okay? Next, we have here the structures. So, ano yung structures? C#, okay, provides a value type, data type. Okay? Value type, data type na structure. So, value type na data type. Okay, ano yun siya? So, value types, the variables contains values, okay? While classes are the reference types kasi yung class natin, makastore siya ng memory address where the actual value is stored. Structures is instance variables of a class that is initialized and can implement an interface but cannot inherit from another structure. Okay, so kapag mag-create ka ng structure, walang inheritance doon. Okay, structure to structure, hindi po siya pwede. Okay, magkaiba sila because, again, value types contains variables, contains values. Okay, so this is simply having different variables. Okay, you can also declare methods dun sa loob ng ating variable, sa loob ng ating structure. Okay, ng struct. Okay, so we have here another example. So again, pag sinabi nating structure, okay, single variable that holds related data of various data types. Any data lang siya, it can be. Again, ano yung mga data ninyo sa ano no, sa Facebook, let's say profile name ninyo, birth date ninyo, username, password ninyo, profile picture. Okay, so those are data. Okay, so data of different data types. Mga data types natin can be integer, double, float, string, character, and so on. And para gumamit tayo ng structures, gumagamit tayo ng struct na keyword. So, used to create a structure. Okay, so used to represent a record lang po yung structure. It represents a record. Record of ano? Record of variables, record of a method, okay? Para siyang interface but not really. Okay? Kasi si interface is more on the methods. Pero ito, it's more on the variables. Okay? So, let's have an example dito. So, general form, ano yung syntax niya? So, syntax niya, we start with the access modifier, public, private. We have the struct keyword. Again, required po yung struct na keyword. That means instead of class, okay, public class na keyword, we are going to use public struct. Okay, struct na keyword. Struct name, this is your identifier. Kayo po yung magpapangalan dyan kung anong name ng structure ninyo. And then, open brace and close brace. Sa loob ng body ng struct or ng structure, dito yung ating mga members. It can be fields, yung mga variables natin, methods, and also constructor. Meron din pong constructor ang struct na or structures. Okay? So, para siyang class, pero hindi. Okay, guess nyo, ang pinagkaiba nila is class can inherit, but structures cannot. Okay, so simply, we have here a struct, book. Ano yung mga fields, methods, constructors na pwede natin ilagay sa loob ng book? Okay, records. Okay, so let's say titles, author, book ID. Yun. Okay? So, sample lang yan siya. And next, we have initializing and accessing the members on the class. So, ito yung structure natin. Okay? Public struct. Malalaman natin na structure siya kapag meron tayong struct na keyword dyan. Okay? Public struct book is our structure. Meron tayong book structure. So, kailangan natin siyang tawagin. Okay? And then, we are going to initialize. Pag initialize, maglalagay ng value. Okay? Lalagyan natin ng value itong mga ano natin dito, variables. So, we have here the class, our class demo struct. So, to use the structures or the fields na nasa loob ng ating structure is gagawa tayo ng object. Object of the structure book. So, ang name ng object natin is book 1. So, to access the fields, we have book1 dot title. Dot pa rin. Similar siya sa pag-access ng method. So, we have dot title, we have dot author, and dot book ID. And then, of course, you put the value. So, this is initialization kasi naglalagay na tayo ng value. Okay? Value ng title is object-oriented programming. Okay? So, initialize na siya. And so on and so forth. Ngayon, we can display it, let's say, book 1 dot title. Pwede rin natin siyang ilalagay sa variable. Gagawin ng variable dito, variable, and then another variable. Okay? And then yung variable yung tatawagin. Okay lang rin na direct po tayo dito. Okay? Pero hindi po tayo pwede maglagay ng open and close parenthesis for the value. That is because hindi siya method. Field lang po siya, variable. Okay? So, ganun siya tatawagin. Using the dot pa rin. Parang mag-invoke kayo ng method. Okay? So, meron tayong class and structures, yung difference. Okay? So, na-mention natin earlier, kapag class, pwedeng inheritance. So, it can inherit from another class. But, structures, hindi po tayo pwede mag-struct book, mag-inherit tayo sa ating another structures. Okay? So, hindi po pwede yun. Unlike a class, pwede tayo mag-inherit from another classes. So, that's it for this synchronous class. I hope you have learned something about methods, and we are going to apply those methods sa next laboratory class natin. Okay? So, we are going to apply the methods. We have value return type, we have the void type, and we are also going to apply the structures and method overloading on our next meeting. Okay? Please make sure to review your methods overloading, and so on. Kasi galing na yun siya sa OOP ninyo. Thank you once again and have a great day ahead.